Hello there, everybody. It's been a while since I've just had like a video where I sit down and yippity yap with y'all. And I think this video is primarily just going to be me talking about like my plans for the upcoming Shining Star Force, and just kind of just talk about stuff. I don't know, man. If you like this kind of stuff, always make sure to like the video. I know I don't shill enough, and I really should. And also subscribe if you haven't subscribed, but you keep coming back to watch these videos. Bigger number, better person. Plus, I want to hit 7K because it'll make me feel better. With that all out of the way, though, what am I planning for Shining Star Force? Well, the Nightwalker obviously is my main, and for all intents and purposes, I know it's not a finished character, but to me, it feels realistically like as finished as a character can be. With like time in. At this point, I think it's not about my time into the character, it's mostly about my luck with both drops and then star forcing those drops. I mean, you have things like Black Bean Mark that I could replace with a monocle, but or tattoo, I don't remember which it is. I think it's a tattoo. Or no, I think it's a monocle. I think I was right. But like, what is the point? You know what I mean? Like, that small gain isn't going to make me be able to do anything that I can't already do. And then obviously my pitch, the only 22 pitched I have is the Berserk, and that's because it was one of the first pitches that I got, and I star forced it with the eye patch. The eye patch boomed. Because the eye patch boomed, I said fuck it, either 21 or 22 this or it booms too, since it is what it is. But the only reason this went 22 is because of that, and I just got lucky. All of my other pitched are 21. Source of Suffering, I'm not star forcing because we know about the Star Force changes, and I can guaranteed get this to 22 once those changes come. It just might take a while, and I would rather guaranteed a 22 source than try tapping it, you know what I mean? There's no reason to tap it. And again, a 21 source is better than the alternative, which would have been a 22 Dominator. And I'm at the point, especially now too, where I'm 6 set. So if I ever do get the eye patch and I can 21 star the eye patch, I mean, shit, a 19 eye patch would probably be better than this at this point because of the set effect. But I would still go for 21. 21 is the lowest I'll stop at, just because 21 statistic wise is like basically equivalent with the other, like the alternative items, and then the set effect just makes it better. But because I'm at 6 set, like, obviously, the 21-star pitch is just better than the 22-star alternatives. I mean, again, Endless Terror 21-star replaced my 22 KT, and a 21 ET is just better stat-wise. 79 attack, 108 stat. You can see, 135 stat, 91 attack. It's just better raw. The set effect just makes it even better. The extra potential tier makes it even better. But again, Endless Terror is another one of these items that, unless they do something to get dupes differently, it's just going to be permanently 21. Or if I get another ET, I will try raw tapping it to 22, and if it goes, it goes. Like, yeah, this one's double prime, but you can't really play around that. Double prime is technically reachievable. Pitched aren't something you could ever reliably get, and that's my thinking. But aside from that, that's why I'm, like, not starring any of my pitch. Obviously, you guys saw the Total Control video if you haven't seen that. The Total Control at 21 is better than a Blackheart. And I don't have infinite Blackhearts already. Again, same deal here. I'm just never tapping this because there's no reason to tap it unless they change how you get spares. And then, obviously, the rest of my Nightwalker's gear is all 22. I mean, all of the gear that can be 22 is 22. But you'll notice I'm still using CRA. And that's like the big thing, right? I'm still using 3-piece CRA. And I don't have any Eternals in my inventory. Not that you could really dissect this inventory because it's a freaking mess. But I do have 23 E-Kalos pieces. For a little while there, I was running E-Kalos every week back when I was much weaker. And I had like a party for it. And then the party disbanded, and then I didn't feel like soloing it, and I also don't feel like finding other people to do it with. And whenever I would check Party Finder, it would be kind of iffy, and I just, look, man, I'm not about that shit. And then you'll also notice I don't have any calling pieces. That's because I don't know how to do calling. Though my friend's bishop is just hitting 275, I think, as of the day I'm recording this. So I will be duoing e-calling with him and learning how to do calling. And then we'll slowly get Eternals here. But you'll note 23 e-Kalos pieces is enough because you only need 20 pieces to get an item. Well, 20 easy pieces, excuse me, because it's 10 normal pieces. And I am going to be getting an Eternal Hat from this, and I will be starforcing that for my Nightwalker, because that's what this whole video is about, kind of talking about what I'm going to Shining Starforce, what I'm going to do on Shining Starforce for each of my characters. So for Nightwalker, the main thing, I guess, is going to be the 22 Eternal Hat. And yes, I am going to be just starforcing it to 22. If it goes, cool. If it doesn't, I mean, that's the likely outcome. It doesn't. Part of me kind of hopes that it doesn't go, because if it does go, then I'll feel more inclined to, like, push, like, normal Kalos. I mean, I could be partying C Kalos. I could have been doing that for a very long time. Look, man, I know. The thing about it is, though, I don't like playing on a rigid schedule, and especially with, like, my work and stuff. Flexibility matters so much to me, and also not having to, like, die out 100 million times. I already get enough of that with X-Lot every week. I mean, it's not that bad. I joke. And it'll be getting better with Mastery 3 and 4, but still. X-Lot's rough, man. But, like, I am slowly getting Eternals, because me and my friend, I'm doing E-Kalos with his Bishop. Doing with his Bishop makes it so we can just one-segment everything. It doesn't matter. It's super brain-dead, super easy. I mean, we probably could do the same with normal Kalos. Not quite one-segmenting, like we do with easy, but it would still probably be pretty easy. I don't know. I'll talk to him about it. We'll see how I feel. We'll see how he feels. And then I will be starting e-calling as well soon. So I will be getting Eternals at least at some point. And getting some is better than none. But that's like the main thing that I'm going to be starforcing on the Nightwalker is the Eternal Hat. If it goes 22, cool. If it doesn't, cool. I also do have like my 3rd or 4th pair of Commanding Force earrings that have just kind of been sitting here for a very long time. I will be starforcing these as well. CFE and Dreamy Belt are the 2 items that you just have to 22, or else they're actually never worth using. I mean, you can make an argument swapping at like 9 set, or yeah, some classes I think can swap to 9 set with the 21 Dreamy Belt and a 21 CFE into a 9 set pitch setup with it, and it would be technically a little bit better, but what's the point, man? CFE and Dreamy Belt are the 2 items that I think the 22 or no item mentality should really apply. And it's not so much because the items themselves are bad, it's just that Golex is too strong. And if you somehow are like not aware, Golex is just an item set that is GMS exclusive. Well, I don't know if it's GMS exclusive. I don't know if any of the other MapleStory versions have it, but it was first released in GMS and KMS doesn't have it, so the KMS meta doesn't translate 1-to-1. But those are the 2 things that I'm going to be starforcing on my Nightwalker. It took a while to get here, but I did want to kind of talk about my thought process and whatnot. Maybe you guys find it interesting. Maybe you don't. But if you don't find it interesting, why in the God's name did you watch 8 minutes of me talking about something you don't care about? Oh, let's go over to my Thunderbreaker. My Thunderbreaker is obviously my, like, 2nd strongest character. And it's the character that, if I'm being completely honest with you, I enjoy this character in bosses probably more than my Nightwalker, or maybe a little bit more, or maybe just as much. This class is just fun, dude. I love the mobility. I love the visual style of the skills. You can't see it because it's transparent, and like I will never see it. But like the visuals of these skills are so good. It just looks so sick. I don't know. I fucking love Thunderbreaker. But this is my 2nd strongest character. In his damage gear, he's almost 64 mil CP. I'm still working on his symbols, because I only do 1 set of symbol dailies. I do multiple sets of Grandest symbol dailies now, but I only do 1 set of Arcane River dailies. And I did it on my Dawn Warrior for a long time initially, and now I'm working on my Thunderbreaker. My Thunderbreaker is like almost max symbols, to be honest, because I have like 200 of each symbol in my inventory. Yeah, he is close. He's getting there. But the thing, my Thunderbreaker, mainly my Thunderbreaker, a couple different things that I'm going to be focusing on for Starforce. I do run up to Lucid Will on this guy with my friend. We go Lucid Will. I really should start doing C10, but my friend doesn't want the runs to take too long, and his character that he would be running with is his bishop. And obviously bishops are good, but his bishop isn't like giga juiced enough to like solo C10 in like one burst. Obviously, I'm not sure if you can get a bishop to that point on reboot at least, because that's a lot of damage. And his bishop's only like 200 mil CP. Only, I say. But for bishop, that you know what I mean. If you know, you know. It's not to say that bishop doesn't do damage, because it does do damage. It just doesn't do, one burst damage. But I think after Shining Starforce, I'm going to really start to hammer down on C10 on this character to increase the box drop rates. The first thing that you'll notice, I do have a full arcane armor set on this character somehow. I've just gotten lucky through Lucid Will, because those are the only bosses that I'm clearing that drop arcane armor boxes, and I got one of each piece. My plan with the arcanes is I'm just going to send them to 21 stars. And if they go, cool, I will equip them. If they don't, cool, I'll just keep using my Absolab. Because my Absolab is all 21 star except... No, all of my TBs is all 21. So yeah, all of my Absol is 21. And technically Arcane, I think, beats 21 Absol at like 19 stars. But my thought process is this. I'm already clearing everything that I care about with the current setup that I have, so I might as well only swap if the setup is going to be like meaningfully better, right? And then you might ask, okay, well, why stop at 21 instead of 22? Well, at the end of the day, this is a mule, and while someday it probably will transition into 22s, 21 arcanes are significantly better than 21 star Absolabs on their own. And the gain between 21 and 22 star is fractional compared to how many expected average booms that you will have going from 21 to 22. Obviously, people always meme it's either you hit it or you don't, but obviously that's not the case. It's just math. Like, the amount of average spares literally double from 0 to 20, 0 to 21, as it does from 0 to 22. And for like an armor piece like Arcanes, which is already kind of iffy to get dupes of, there's just no reason. I'm gaining like very little for a massive increase in like expected copies of the item and meso. And I think that's just something that I can transition into over time. Another thing that I will note is this character also doesn't have an arcane weapon, which is funny. My Dawn Warrior actually has an arcane weapon and 0 arcane armor, I think. But this one has a full arcane armor set and no weapon. It's just funny how that works. But the arcanes, I'm going to be star forcing to 21. If they hit, cool. If they don't, oh well. The next thing that I'm going to be star forcing, obviously, is these slime rings. I have... what? I have 8 of them. One of them 17 star. It doesn't have pot or anything. But I'm going to be star forcing the slime rings. Again, I'm going to keep everything at 21 stars. This is going to be a 21 star mule until it has like giga dupes and everything else is completed. Same deal with the Twilight Marks. I have 5 spares and 1 equipped. I'm going to go for 21 star. Should hopefully hit 21 on all of these. It shouldn't be too bad. The Superior Ring is the one item that we weren't able to get to 21. So, well, the one Golix item we weren't able to get to 21 because all these others are 21. And I think I'm going to raw tap the Golix Ring. Because I only have 2 Kana treasures as it is. I'm not too attached to the potential on this ring. I like it's a good potential, but I'm not like super attached to it. But I just think that I only have 2 Kana treasures, right? And this is the item that I would be transferring into it. Could be making Meisters, but that's effort, and you know me and effort, we don't get along. So I think I'm just going to raw tap the Golix ring. I have 1 dupe bought, and then I'll be able to buy another dupe before Shining Starforce. I mean, I can buy many dupes. I just didn't prep them in advance because I wasn't thinking about it. But that's kind of my thoughts there. And I mean, those are like the 3 main items that I'm really going to push for star forcing on this character. Depending on how things go, I may push for 22 CRAs. And the reason why I might do that is just because, as we all know, CRAs are basically infinite dupes. And while the meso cost might be kind of expensive, this character is going to be using CRA for probably a very long time. So, I don't know. We'll see how the star forcing goes, and I might do it. I might not. I will do it eventually. I just don't know if I'm going to be doing it now or a different star forcing event, right? And that's my plans for the Thunderbreaker. So now let's head over to the Dawn Warrior. Dawn Warrior is going to be very similar to the Thunderbreaker. And again, this is going to all come down to like how much meso I have, but I think I have plenty of meso. Because I keep all of my meso on my mules until I need them. I know a lot of people will be like, just put it in the storage, bro. I get it, but like, mentally, I like sectioning off each character to having like their own allowance that they themselves earn. So if I like spend a bunch of money on like leveling up a character's symbols, it doesn't feel bad or it feel like I'm losing money, even though I am no matter what. It's just like a mental thing, okay? Plus, I like being surprised with how much I have like saved up collectively on my account. But my Dawn Warrior is a character that has been super neglected because I just haven't ever had meso to starforce it. It's always the character that gets starforced with the scraps from the Thunderbreaker and Nightwalker. Because obviously my character prior is that order, Nightwalker, Thunderbreaker, Dawn Warrior. But this character doesn't even have Gollix equipped, and this is its bossing gear. Don't get it twisted. This is what I boss in. It's not looking great. But you'll see it does have an arcane weapon. Oh, I do have arcane gloves on this character too. But same deal. I'm going to just 21 star this stuff. If it goes, cool. If it doesn't, cool. And I do have a superior ring bot and a superior pendant bot just to get past the limit. So I'm able to buy one more of each for Shining Star Force. This character has 4,000 coins. So I got plenty of coins. And these are kind of the dupes that I'm rolling with. I might Star Force the Abso too, depending on like how the Star Forcing event goes. I don't know, man. That's stuff that I'm going to have to think about when I get there. It also has one Twilight Mark that I'm probably just going to get to 21 and equip it because Twilight Mark is just raw better. I have a couple slime rings on this character. Again, I think I'll probably try to 21 star a slime ring even though I only have 3 dupes. I think it's probably worth it. Kana Treasure, I'm going to try to 21 star and then I'll use these for transfer fodder to the superior. Dominator Pendant is also only 17. I have a bunch of Dominators. I am going to try to 21 star my Dominator, and then I'm going to try to 21 star for transfer for fodder on the Superior. I have a bunch of fodder for belts, and I have a couple Superior belts lined up here. Superior earrings I have a lot of, so I'm not like super worried about these. I have some reinforced dupes though too, so that's kind of the priority on this character. Its CRA is 21, which is like the only notable thing. I think all of its Abso, yeah, all of its Abso is 17. I'm only using 4-piece Abso, including the weapon, because I never had enough meso to do the shoulder. So I can transfer fodder the shoulder when it comes down to it, because you can get infinite shoulders. I mean, really, that's the plan. There's a lot of gains to be made on the Dawn Warrior specifically. There's a lot of gains to be made on the Thunderbreaker too, but like the Dawn Warrior is really gonna feel the gains, I think, assuming they don't roll the low percentages multiple times for me. Which they might do. You never know. I don't know. That's my plans for Shining Star Force, the upcoming Shining Star Force. Let me know what you guys are up to. Let me know what you guys are planning on doing. Let me know if you, I don't know, enjoyed the video. Fuck it. Why not? It's always nice to hear that people enjoy the stuff that you make. But yeah. I am going to go finish a work thing and then see if I can find a map for Rune Day. Smiley face. Thank you guys so much for watching, though, as always. I really do appreciate it, and it means the most to me. It really does. Knowing that there's people out there that consistently watch the things that you make and enjoy the things that you make, and maybe even just enjoy me as a human being. Like, it warms my heart. It warms my crusty, cold little fucking soul, man. So, honestly, thank you. And thank you for spending time with me. Like the video if you like it, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye!